Let's get it going, though, shall we? Let's get the homies up on stage. You join, you get an invite, 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 you get an invite. All right, let's get it. Come on, y'all. What's happening with it? Happy Sunday to all. Hoping the Bills can beat the Chiefs so we can see somebody different in the Super Bowl. And we're moving like that. Let's get Justin and Chloe on stage, though. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Let me share that live. Come on now. All right, here we go. Let's get Chloe up on here. There she
Yeah.
is.
Can you
I can
hear
hear
me?
you just fine.
Dude, Dylan, I didn't know you know China.
Oh, China, my girl. I didn't
Dude,
know you knew
I
China.
dude, because she's iconic. I tried to get her a job at Brand Pal. They were looking for people with over 10,000 followers.
Hell yeah.
And so I was like, my girl is the dopest. But it turns
Oh,
out they were looking for people with 10,000 on TikTok. Isn't that
China
whack?
is excellent, though.
I
You know,
know. Literally, I was like, girl, do you want to work for my company? I want to put your name in. She
you
is so
you
fabulous.
know what that means? We all gotta hang out.
Yeah, no, totally, totally. Yeah, I can't believe it's your
Yeah.
birthday. Happy birthday,
Happy
China. We
birthday,
fuck with
China
you.
Williams. Yeah, yeah, yeah. How'd you first meet China?
Dude, she came to a show. It was I think it might have been an all-girl rap show, and she was doing her thing, and we just linked.
Cool.
And yeah, super fucking dope.
Yeah, definitely see the SoCal wave. There's
Yeah.
Austin in the house. What up? All right. Uh, let's get it going. We're just waiting on Justin. Hit this group chat. Be like, waiting on you, Chan man.
Not Shan, man. What's up?
What's
What's
up?
up?
What's up, everybody? How's everyone's Sunday going? All right. All right. So, did you have a good week, Chloe?
Dude, definitely, definitely. I scored another job with another TikTok company.
Nice. Yeah, I peeped on Indeed. Another one's hiring, and I'm like,
Dude,
is TikTok back for good, or is this an extension? Should I go for it? Should I?
you know what? Indeed be hiring motherfuckers like
Oh,
crazy.
Indeed is the plug. Indeed is
No,
ain't no shame in it.
I literally I wasn't sure if it was scam when I first got my job because I'm like TikTok job on Indeed, but fuck yeah, guys! If you're looking to be a TikTok host, just go to Indeed. Chloe, do you own Moongons? You know what? They don't make girl sizes, so I haven't gotten my Moongons yet. No, but I like the silver ones. I like the white ones.
Yeah. What's up, Jack? Bro, TikTok not in the app store no more, so no, don't delete TikTok. Yeah, man. Because your boy deleted CapCut, so phone. I
Oh,
still got it on my iPad, thank God. But like, yeah,
dude, I feel bad for anybody who deleted the app because I
yeah.
was wondering why it wasn't seeing a lot of my favorite influencers, and I was like, oh shit, did they delete the whole app? Like, I haven't seen them, so
No, no, yeah. Like, I got a homegirl out up in Tacoma, Washington. Shout out to Stella Mar. She makes music. But yeah, she was pop. I think she hit 10K followers on TikTok, and then yeah, she deleted the app thinking she could reinstall it, and then right in time for her to drop a new single
yeah.
too.
So it's so sad. People are like, don't get a new phone. Don't get a new phone. 'Cause if you
No,
get a new phone, you don't have the app.
yeah.
People,
Well, don't your apps don't? Well, if you have an iPhone, don't they like back up and then yeah?
ooh,
Jack said, I'm seeing TikToks of people deleting it off of other people's phones. That's just
that's
weird, bro.
fucked up. I would be
That's just all over the place.
that.
All right.
Yeah,
Waiting on the Chan man. We're waiting on the grooviest DJ in Glendale.
I know, DJ Justin. Dude, yeah. Did you see people are selling their iPhones with TikTok for like $58,000 and
I feel
crazy
like
stuff like that?
in 2025 is like COVID again, COVID all over again. This is like, from the people who brought you COVID, come motherfuckers wiling after the LA fires
Right.
and TikTok
Right.
ban.
Yeah.
But if we're gonna kick it off about historical events, today unfortunately is the 5-year anniversary of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi's untimely passing. So one time for Laker legend Kobe Bryant, y'all. Rest in peace to Kobe. All right, here he comes. All right, let's bring the grooviest DJ up on stage.
It's crazy because kind of like 9/11, I remember exactly where I was when I got the news about Kobe and his daughter and everybody else on
Yo,
board.
Yeah.
what up?
Yo,
What
yo,
up?
Shit,
yo.
What's the deal?
it's cold as fuck,
Yeah.
dude. That's what it is.
Yeah. See, wanted to do a from home. From home. He said you're late, Justin.
You know what? You're totally right. I am late. My bad, dog. I
Hey,
was I'm not even gonna front. I was playing Marvel Rivals until I got on. So what's up, guys?
Justin's not late. You're early.
Yeah, bro. You're just early, dog. You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing about nothing.
Well. Welcome to another Sold Our Souls. It's your boy Chillin' Dylan, Jesus of SoundCloud, Black Tom Anderson, your favorite rapper, Husband Money.
Yep. And then I'm the previous DJ in Glendale, Justin. Used to be behind the boards. Now I'm
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, yeah. Chloe Coyote, guys. So good to see you again.
All right. Marvel Arrivals is owned by a Chinese company.
You are so right, but they're not on there yet. But if they do, it'd be good because they need to make Overwatch good again. So
Yeah. How's that one go again? Marvel Rivals. What are you doing that shit?
have you ever played Overwatch? It's like
No.
6v6. It's a 6v6 like competitive shooter where it's like objective based and stuff like
That
that.
sounds fire.
It's pretty fun.
In the Marvel
It,
universe.
it's it's all it's all Marvel characters and stuff. It's pretty fun.
Bro, you know what I've been playing on PS5?
What's up?
Thirsty Suitors.
There, huh?
Yeah, bro, Thirsty
Huh?
Suitors. It's this game. It's so weird. It's this game where you're this like young South Asian chick and she moves back in with her parents after a breakup.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's a real-time strategy. It's a turn-based strategy game where it's about dating
Yeah.
and to defeat all these enemies, male and female, like pop up out of the woodwork. All of her exes assemble to like take her down.
So like Scott Pilgrim, but in real life.
Kinda, it's like shop,
Okay.
but
All right.
dig
Word.
this: when you're just moving around and you're not in a
Yeah.
combat sequence, you're on a skateboard and it's like
Oh,
Tony Hawk.
that's pretty sick.
Yeah.
Also, we have a comment. Thinkabell's asking, "How are you?"
What's up, baby? Chilling. Shout out to Thickabell out there at AVN in Vegas. Yeah. Peace to all the protectors, by the way. All the thickness. We want thickness.
All
Yeah.
right.
All
So,
right.
what were you guys talking about? I heard you guys were talking about LA fires, kind of. I don't know what
Oh,
else.
the same bullshit that's been going on for the past not even 30 days.
Yeah, true. There's been
Talking about people selling phones with
Selling
TikTok for
phones.
fifty
Is that
thousand
real? Hold
dollars
on, let me look that up
on eBay.
on eBay. People are selling. Can people not download TikTok or whatever?
Actually, fact check me, but yeah, that's what I've heard. Is like people have like phones with it downloaded and they're selling it, for the high.
For this high. Mm-mm. Yeah. Also, peace to Groove C, the homie in the house who also is a live streamer on Moongon.
Oh,
Hey, what up,
Daily
homie?
Mail posted you. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, people are trying to sell them for like a couple $100s. I see a couple with what the these guys are. Some people are tripping, dude. They're trying to sell their shit for like 2 to 4 bands. Like, yeah, ain't no way, bro.
I feel like
maybe.
this decade is the jug decade because you remember how niggas was like scamming EDD and selling this and everybody got their shit popping during COVID, got their little
Yeah,
business
but
off the
okay, I'm
ground.
not gonna lie though. Wasn't a lot of that also pushed by TikTok too? Because a lot of that like wouldn't have been as big if had that shit not gotten big on like TikTok
Okay,
and all that.
without doing a lot of research, us three as content creators and us who have made a living off of TikTok, what are the bad sides of keeping TikTok around? Just for us on a consumer level, what are the bad sides, the cons of TikTok?
I think the one major con is that a lot of people get a lot of their information and like the way they think off of TikTok. So
Yeah.
in that particular sense, but I mean that kind of goes to say with just social media in general that like a lot of people like kind of think like the same, and they're not really challenged to think outside the box or challenged to think like something different from whatever like the current narrative is. Like people aren't willing to question what's going on, what's happening with like current events. Just like people see a headline on TikTok, and then the other thing is like people are willing to read headlines and whatnot, but not really like go in more in depth. They're not really willing to like find out more about a situation that's going on. They're like gonna read a headline. They're gonna make like a 2 to 3 second like preconceived notion about whatever based on whatever, and then it kind of like that's then and there. Like that's their entire worldview is based off of that. Where like I feel like you need to kind of like go more, try to draw from more multiple sources, really like study and like kind of like learn the things that you're talking about. That way you are more informed about these particular topics and whatnot.
Chloe,
I
what do
don't know.
you
Just
Yeah.
think?
No, I totally agree with that. I think obviously there's overconsumption. I think when you're constantly being fed storylines, especially as a girl, I have a lot of tarot readings on my For You page, and like it's really easy to believe those realities
Mhm.
and be and like force it to fit. So I definitely think the overconsumption, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely guilty of what Justin is talking about as far as getting a headline and then being like, I know everything, I'm gonna go run it to somebody else. Like for instance, when we were talking last week about the thing I was trying to get more information on, I only heard bits and pieces, but I was like, this is a story, but it wasn't really a story. So yeah, I think just overconsumption in general, but I don't see too many cons with TikTok at the moment. I mean, obviously, besides the dopamine overload, but
Yeah,
I think it's a great platform and people are making money, and I think that's important. If people weren't getting the money they deserved, I'd look at it sideways, but it seems like people are getting paid pretty well, so trying to be part of that check at the end of the
that's fair.
day.
No, I totally get that. And sorry if I was totally cutting you off. But I mean, just from like a perspective, like change point of view, I mean, like throughout us like working on TikTok and whatnot, I mean, I was talking about it with like, my mom. My mom's like not really big on social media or anything like that. But then from us like working on TikTok and like seeing the stuff that I was doing, then she kind of like was opening up to it more. And she's honestly kind of like an avid TikToker now. And she talks to me about how she thinks it's good because it provides people with like a livelihood and something just to do that's besides like a normal 9 to 5, which is really funny because like my entire life she was just pushing me like, oh, you got to get like a good 9 to 5, like
Yeah,
Right.
solid stable. Yeah.
no,
No,
same.
and
And
I like TikTok too because it's people you don't really know. Unless you're inviting people and syncing it in. I like that it's complete strangers. I think that also makes content creators feel more comfortable because it like lines you up, it aligns you with the people that are looking for what you're giving out rather than your homie, your families and Instagram that you have actual relationships with. So I like that aspect of it too. That's why my name on TikTok isn't
Hmm.
Chloe Coyote because I kind of wanted to have like a one where nobody knew me,
Right.
and then so I could create content without like shame or guilt or just any preconceived notion. So I like that about that as well, is that you can really it aligns you with the right people that are looking for you.
Mm,
yeah, and sometimes I feel like I don't even properly utilize TikTok. What up, Matt? How you doing? I feel like sometimes I don't properly utilize it. I kind of tend to just upload my videos, then bounce.
Yeah.
But, for the last 5 years, I've been creating content on there. The question kind of always remains, what is my audience and where am I reaching towards? What am I trying to get to? And I think if you appreciate like, hip hop related type sketch comedy, at one point I was trying to take Palm in the avenue of I want to be the rap game Trevor Noah.
okay.
If you want to do that, there's definitely an audience for that. If you want to, have interviews with, a certain people who belong to a certain lifestyle, there's an audience for that. I think
No, for
TikTok
sure.
also provides just a different algorithm from IG where it's a fresh crop of eyeballs where you can IG is going to place you in front of who you're already in front of versus TikTok is going to have another fresh crop of eyeballs for you.
No, for sure. That's I think that was the biggest thing about why people like TikTok so much. It's like the entire community building aspect of it, and just
Yeah,
like I think it's more so the reach, the way that the algorithm is able to kind of like pull people together and like people that like kind of like think the same, so it's able to profile people really really well. So I guess the dangers of that is because it's a Chinese company, and that it could profile people, and we already see how much it influences the way that we think. So I guess people's main concern is that it will, continually influence like governments and stuff like that, and just kind of influence the way people think in a way that like people aren't really able to think for themselves. So I think that's just the biggest concern. But
I thought the concern was that the Chinese government's like collecting data on Americans.
right, but like what's the end goal of that? The end goal is because they want to utilize that to kind of like sway how the American people think, or like basically, like the big thing I've heard about from how TikTok works is like the difference between TikTok and like Douyin, which is the Chinese version of TikTok, is on Douyin, a lot of like science and like engineering related videos are pushed more so out in the algorithm. So the way that they're thinking about it is, at least from what I've heard, is they want to push out more educational content for the Chinese people, because they want to like become more like forward facing. They want to be really respected as a first world country. Well, that's first and foremost. And a lot of the ways that they want to do that is through you know education and whatnot. And they want to simultaneously make their own people like kind of like in a sense smarter, while trying to dumb down what they see as the enemies, which is technically us as Americans. So that's why they feel like it feels like they're pushing a lot more like just like content about like people dancing and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, TikTok is what up, Roger? How you doing? TikTok is I don't, again,
No.
like I even as part of the
Yeah.
machine, there's still a lot I personally don't
No,
know.
no, for
But
sure.
I
And
feel like
yeah,
let me spin it like
yeah.
this. Chinese collecting data, right? They know I play Super Smash Bros. And shout out to my brother Riding Roger, who's one
Hmm.
of my Smash brothers. So they know I play that,
Yeah.
right? So wouldn't they be trying to sell me more video game hardware and other video games, and then sell me, let me know where in Los Angeles the tournaments are, and things like this, right? So they're
I
going to be
mean,
collecting, with the
yeah.
cookies and all that, they're going to be collecting data, but and then marketing more products to me. But I say all that to say this: if Trump is then going to bring in these tariffs and then make essentially a higher tax on foreign goods, why
Hmm.
don't Trump and Mr. TikTok just get down and say, "Hey, I'll let you collect all these Americans' data, but we gonna tax the hell. You can tax the hell out of it, but me and you got to split the bag."
You know what? It seems like that's what's happening now because a lot of people are saying that TikTok went to the metaverse, and
Mm,
that's why you're not seeing things about aliens or the fires or like other controversial
mm,
content. So that's kind of actually what some of the talk is about. Again, but Justin's very valid. Again, a lot of this stuff is just bits and pieces that I grab. It's not things that I've actually really dived into. So it's more of like an intuitive vibe.
mm,
But yeah, a lot of people have said that the content that's being pushed right now is not anything that maybe was secrets of the government, that during that 24 hour, during that 12-hour lockdown,
mm,
they switched over to the metaverse, right? And so now that's why your algorithm might not be algorithming the same, you might not being pushed the same content that you were prior to. So that's kind of speculated right now that it's already been switched to the Facebook freaking metaverse,
algorithm. Mm.
because who knows what the alternative agenda is? Who knows if that's what's going to happen? But that's what I thought too. That maybe yeah, America was just like, dude, you guys know too much. You're tapping into too much. We can't control our people like this. Like we need to be able to have a
Yeah,
hand in this as well.
because America didn't have
Yeah.
control of what was on how many millions of people's phones.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's all it is. And then
it's fair. Um,
yeah.
yeah. Go. Sorry. Keep it going.
Oh no, I didn't want to ramble on.
Oh,
Go ahead.
what I actually did, I was a friend actually recently brought up a fairly interesting article, which is about how so Trump basically there was like a council that was like in terms of like they were kind of like in charge of like data and information that was like being put out there. But I heard that effective immediately, the people that were overseeing that, so that's like people that are overseeing the general amount of data that's kind of being flowing into like the US and into most people's hands and whatnot, those people kind of got ousted. And at least for right now, there's no one in that seat. So right now, kind of a lot of our data, like Americans' data, is kind of up for scrutiny for like foreign adversaries. And I mean, there is like very well known, especially like state sponsored like hack groups from like Russia and China, and they honestly, like, with the personal information that they're gathering, like they could do a lot of damage to like American infrastructure. They could be like wire frauding, like they could be defrauding a lot of Americans and stuff like that. So I think that's the other big picture that people need to think about. It's like, it's not just like, oh, they have my data, boo hoo, like what are they going to do with it? But it's like they actually have, there are actual ways for them to do that, and they've already like kind of done certain runs of that. I mean, like they've gone to major corporations, they've hacked data. I mean, sure, maybe we're not like the real prime targets, but I mean, either way, we're kind of gonna get caught in the crossfire of what is like an evolving geopolitical landscape, which is a lot of cyber warfare and like information security and information warfare and stuff like that.
All I can say is this. I remember years ago, this is before TikTok popped off. I went into GameStop and I bought a video game.
Yep.
I went home and started playing
True.
it. I took a look at IG and I saw an ad for the same video
Mm-hmm.
game. Mind you, this was not a GTA. This was not a Call of Duty. This was not something very popular
Mm-hmm.
that would have been advertised anyway.
Right.
The point I'm trying to make is that from me using a debit card to purchase it to, okay, and then I have cookies enabled on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
then they're collecting data on what I've already bought. It's just like, fuck, they're watching me.
No, for sure.
So it's just, and there comes some good out of that. You'll see products that you actually want to
No, for
purchase,
sure.
but it's just, at the end of the day, they're collecting data to spend to,
Make
after your privacy, everything's to get your profits.
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah.
100%. But I mean, that's from like a corporation point of view. But if you're looking at it from like, oh, if the people that are hacking us are more so behind like a state-sponsored something, like a different, and obviously the optics and the spectrum of that changes a little bit. But yeah. Did you guys want to? What else did you guys want to talk about? Did you keep on wanting to talk about TikTok, what we did there, kind of like how we felt about that whole TikTok space, or do we want to move on to like something a little bit more like lighthearted, kind of more commonplace?
Chloe, what's good with you?
I'm honestly down for either one. I think it's important to talk about real issues. Also, it's fun to be lighthearted as well. But honestly, Dylan, I feel like you lead a good show, and so I'm honestly willing to talk to whatever you guys. I think our lineup of our topics tonight are pretty good. So whatever we dive into, I'm game, and I think everybody else will be
Okay.
too.
Yeah.
Bear with us, audience, because we're still kind of in the training wheels phase of this.
True.
But I wanted to bring up this kind of disturbing clip from DJ Akademiks.
Okay.
You guys are familiar with the YouTuber and media personality Akademiks,
Yeah.
who has
Yeah.
millions of followers, who does hip hop commentary across social media,
For sure.
but and a podcaster and all that. But there's a clip of him that surfaced of him talking to a minor, a 15-year-old boy while playing video games, and the conversation got a little graphic and got sexual. And Akademiks has kind of had a history of having relationships with like different women who are sex workers, and there's nothing wrong with that, but
Right.
that is that. He's had a speckled past. His beef with Freddie Gibbs and other fell asleep to do Drake one time.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Homie, that's the homeboy Camilo right there. Shout out to Camilo.
Yeah.
He's A1. Shout out. Welcome to.
But getting back to this Akademiks, which I never left.
Yep.
Now, the thing here is, first of all, if the boy says he's 14, they're talking about like, oh, would you tap that? Would you have something inside you? It's like, he's really disgusting acting, like, just why? Like, I'm looking at him like Snoop looked at Gayle King after Kobe died, recipe, like, what do you gain from that?
I don't know, man. I mean, I totally understand the perspective on both sides, because I mean, like, video game culture in general is like just kind of like toxic, and you just say kind of the most outlandish shit possible. But I feel like that for just a regular person is very different from someone that is a lot more forward facing, and that's a lot more present in the public spotlight. Obviously, the stuff about that changes. You're not just like an anonymous face, like you have a reputation to uphold. So I mean, it's hard to say because I mean, just as a person that plays video games, I feel like that's just part of it. But at the same time, like if you are a public figure, like you shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we grew up in the era. Justin and I grew up in the era of playing Xbox Live and hearing the F word, and we don't mean fuck, and hearing that frequently and almost being desensitized to that.
No,
And
for
while that is not okay, there is a culture of homophobia and a culture of there's rape culture in online gaming.
no, for sure.
That let's be very clear about that.
Yeah,
You know, it's sad, it's unfortunate, but this is the product of uneducated young men.
yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that too. I obviously my brothers play online gaming, but I understand that yeah, the language is obviously different, but I totally agree with you. If you have that platform, if you know people are watching, you know, and also there has been other stories of that he's been affiliated with where he's maybe not treating other women right. So I think his character is beginning to show. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's hard because again, that gaming and the conversations that you guys have
Yeah.
that you know.
Matt said, my philosophy that wrong chatting underage kid period is not cool. Here, in case you guys have not seen the clip, I'm going to just gettily show it right here.
All right.
Can you see?
Yeah.
So you tell me that there's not another 15-year-old that you could bust down? Like, I'm serious. So there's not another 15-year-old you could bust down. You go to school? Yo, if Max got a sister and she threw you the box, would you smash her?
He already has a sister.
If she threw you the box, would you smash?
No, because I'm 15.
What I mean? Hey, what does that mean?
She's above 18.
What I mean? Okay, what does that mean?
It will be grooming.
It'll be what?
Grooming.
That has nothing to do with you.
Nah, imagine that.
Yo, Nor, what's your address? I'm gonna send some strippers over there.
Sit down, yo. I'm 15. I hope you know that, bro. You trying to get
a woman, bro.
I'm not getting a woman. Yo, bro, you're trying to put me on a case. You're trying to put them on a case.
So?
What you mean, so? That's weird.
Trying to look out. You know, all the rappers lost their virginity to like old women, right?
You see, my whole thing is, why is the kid the one setting boundaries?
Yeah.
Why, when I'm
Right.
15, why doesn't he say, oh, I'm sorry, never mind? Why doesn't he leave the chat? And why is a public figure having a conversation of this nature with a minor?
No, that's totally yeah.
How
I mean,
old were you guys when you lost your virginity?
You want to go first?
me. Okay. I was like 17. Not that young.
You want to go second, Clofo?
No, I'm not.
You
You guys.
little Scorpio hoe. She who asked it should answer it.
No,
Hey,
because
that's
I
true.
genuinely want to know.
She who asked should answer.
Oh, well, I'm a young, like, I was young in high school, so, I might have been like 16 or maybe probably around that
Was he
age, yeah.
dreamy?
I will say this though as well though, even though I did have sex at like when I was 17 or whatever, I did have like I was doing like sexual stuff before that too.
That was the best
so,
3 minutes of your life, wasn't it?
Okay, it was like at 7. No, but yeah, I don't know. Like before that, I was like still like kind of doing like sexual stuff, just not like full on sex.
Yeah, because you're so like crude. You're like a fake slut in high school.
You was getting your little. Justin was getting his first little hand job. Okay.
No, like
Justin was in the back row. Justin was in the back row.
I didn't say all that. I didn't say all that.
Hey man, the chair man was in the back row of the movie theater getting his fingers stanky.
Out here, I am not. I am not. I am neither confirming nor denying anything that you just said. That's crazy.
Hey man. All right, my turn. Ready? Drum roll, please. 21.
Cute. But yeah, so that is what the point
Yeah.
I'm trying to make is like at that age it's like, oh my god, yeah, obviously you're watching porn and stuff like that, but you're still a little kid.
It's
Like it's
true.
really inappropriate. It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
so uncomfortable. And he's like DJ Academics outing this young boy who obviously knows who he is. He's obviously
Yeah.
in the game, so it's just so uncomfortable. And I feel bad because especially the way the kid was answering, he's clearly never been around
No,
that. It made him
sure.
uncomfortable. And like you said, Dylan, there was so many points that he could have just stopped. He could have called his mama a bitch or something and like started going on the other language that you guys go in.
Yeah.
But I
Hey
agree. I
man,
think there was
I expect
plenty of
nothing
times.
more from a guy who's like best friends with Takashi 69.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna agree with the great man Freddie Gibbs in saying fuck academics. All right.
I mean, at this point, is there really anybody that really fucked this academic still? Like, besides like Drake, Dick Riders, or something like
I
that?
don't know, bro. I don't fuck with academics. I don't fuck with Charleston White. There's a lot of stupid media personalities out there, and yeah, they're all bozos.
That
Yeah,
sounds about right.
sat up here and turned down not one but two jobs from Adam 22.
Damn.
Like, yeah,
Hey, round of applause for my boy turning down Jonathan out of this shit. Because I want to be honest, that's tough. That's a lot of clout right there, and you said no to that.
you
So
think?
I mean,
Yeah, if the
Yeah,
check was right, I don't know that I would say no.
think I've.
yeah,
Hey man, working from home and occasionally coming into the office is too close for comfort. So there will be no Dylan will not be touching that basketball. Yes.
understandable.
All
Understand.
right. Next, I want us to react to this one together. I haven't seen this one yet, but Snoop Dogg has been catching backlash for performing at Donald Trump's inauguration.
Right.
Now, we're going to split the audience down because, we got some MAGA, some
Okay.
Fakya. But let's see how this one goes. I haven't really formed much of an opinion on this myself, but I do want to see you guys' reaction to Snoop defending himself after facing backlash for performing at the
Okay.
inauguration. Watch this.
I'm cool. I'm the guy
From Remo.
Still a black man, still 100% black. All out. Till you ball out. Or till you fall out. I ain't going nowhere. Come right in. Yeah.
Muy
On
bien.
crypto. Yeah, get the crypto on crypto. Here we go. We gotta learn to pick each other up instead of putting each other down. That's what we great at as black people. We great at tearing each other down. You can be up one minute and they'll try to pull you down the next. But I'm a strong black man. I'm cut from a different cloth. Can't tear me down. I'm one of God's child. One of his children. And I'm taking the load. Here we go. Shout out to my grandkids and my kids, and my beautiful wife, my brothers, uncles, aunties, family members, cousins. Y'all know what it is.
Mm.
Well, a little bit of background prior to this. During the 2020 election or the 2016 election, Snoop put out a video of him like saying basically any rapper who performed at the inauguration is an Uncle Tom and
Mm.
saying that Trump's a racist.
Mm.
So it looks mighty hypocritical of him to then, however many years later, perform at the inauguration.
Mm.
Before I state an opinion on this, let's start with you, Chloe. What do you think?
You know what? I saw actually even the clip of Soldier Boy pulling out a couple of stacks
Yeah.
and being like, you know, blah blah blah. You know, Mama didn't pay me. I think the marketing there was giving Snoop Dogg money so that he would react in that way. To be honest, because what else would make you switch sides besides a check? So that's what I honestly think about it. Is that you know, some motherfuckers need money, and what people will do for a pretty penny is like, so that's kind of
But
like where
Snoop
I'm
don't
at.
need money. Snoop is rich. Snoop did the Olympics.
Yeah,
Snoop
but
is
what
rich, rich.
that's the only thing that would justify why he
I,
would do that to me is a
I
check.
heard a rumor that like Trump pardoned somebody on who's behind the scenes at death row, like pardoned somebody who was in jail,
Mm.
Okay.
got one of Snoop's partners out, and then Snoop just showed love back.
Yeah, but
But
would you go that hard as
I
far as like rep somebody, you know what I
I
mean,
think
just
that
because you're
what there's at the end of the day we're talking about
Mm.
celebrities, and maybe Snoop said I'd rather pour you a glass instead of beating on your ass. Maybe he said, you know what, I could sip this gin and juice and be a representation of the hood and Hollywood and make peace with Trump rather than get up here and say fuck him and then be have a war of words with him that's going to come to no end.
Mm.
Yeah. So either way, you know, I don't have to agree with my Uncle Snoop on everything. That's
No,
still the
100%.
dog father.
Yeah.
You know, that's still the GOAT. That's still, in my opinion, that is still the coolest person on the
Oh no,
planet.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Coolest
Yeah, he's
celebrity on the planet, for sure.
yeah, he's
Yeah. Justin, any comments?
what I do think is this is that I mean, with how things have been going lately, that we are probably at some of the most divided we've been as the American people in a long time, with just, you know, how the world's been rapidly changing and a lot of people aren't really they're not really they haven't really caught up with that, like in a sense, yet. So I think that I do really resonate with that whole thing about Snoop Dogg talking about how like black people always gotta tear each
Yeah.
other down. And I think we should be more so like being together, like holding each other up, and especially because we're in such a divisible time, I think it's more so of a reason, more so of a space, and more so of a time for us to unite together as people, as, you know, fathers, sons, as American people, because there's a lot that's going on. And hey, what's up? We got
Hi,
Aaron
Aaron.
joining.
Hey,
What is up, baby? X baby Chicago X.
it
Um,
is.
but yeah, I think that there is a lot of division going on with the American people. So I think that, you know, it might look like an act of wrongdoing, but sometimes like for us to stand together, you just have to do something that you might not
Oh,
have
Aaron,
thought that you would have
what up?
beforehand.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I see it, and especially because yeah, like with how this I mean, even I'll take example for like my own like families, like my own family gatherings, because on my family side, one side of my family is very heavily like conservative, and the other side is very liberal. So like listening to their reactions of like the presidency was honestly, it was just strange because I just heard both sides of the extreme. So I had to like try to like intermingle with both sides and like obviously not talk too much during dinner because there's a lot of strong opinions going around then. So I think if that is like kind of like a show of like how the people of America are, then I think that we do need more things. We do need more
Hi,
things. And
Thematic. That's my homie.
oh,
What up,
Sorry.
3matic?
but yeah, I just think that we need more things to come together about, and I think that, you know, music is one of those things where I mean, we do put cultural relevance and whatnot behind it, but at the end of the day, music is one of those things that's universal. It speaks to all of us. You know, we all have families, all have someone that we could call family, and I think that you know, music is just another part of that like universal experience. So
Totally. Also, I want to say hi to DJ In Touch. That's my homie from Slip Inside Records. So,
Oh,
what up,
yeah.
DJ In Touch?
What up?
Yeah.
Shout out to all
er,
of our music industry peoples up in here.
all of our
Yes.
music industry people, all of our industry people, you know, all
Adults
people.
in music industry, adult industry, gamers,
Yep,
you
yep.
know,
Industry, whatever.
everybody. Oh, Sal G in the house. What up?
What's up? What's up? But I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of people backpedal on the things that they say in general. I mean, another thing we could talk about is like people are talking about like the whole like Elon like Nazi salute thing, but then like some people like were pulling up pictures of other people. I mean, who's to say or know what that really was? It like when I saw him throw it out, it looked really awkward anyway. So it's not like it wasn't like a fluid thing. I
Well,
have no idea.
he is awkward.
I
I mean,
know.
he might be racist, you know?
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
Put
that
it
was
this
really debatable, but
way, whether he did that or not, if he did it, even if he didn't, I'd still say fuck him. And
That's
that's
fair.
just where I stand,
That's fair. Yeah.
you know? So, just, he ain't my guy.
Fair.
So,
That's
yeah.
fair.
Okay. What's going on in you guys' lives? What are you guys working on? Chloe, you got a new single called Guac that we reacted to.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, talk to me about what you guys got going on your personal fronts or professional
Yeah,
fronts? Whoever wants to go
dude.
first.
So I'm doing singles. Wait, did you say Justin or Chloe?
You. She's
Oh,
talking about you.
You.
okay, for
Take
sure.
it.
Yeah. So I used to be obsessed with like creating projects, but now I'm just doing singles. My homie kind of inspired me to do that because every time he's a DJ, every time he makes a beat, he just puts that out with a cute visual. So right now in my singles era, I've got a new single coming up. Shout out to your homie. We're actually gonna work on that visual together.
Hey.
So I'm
Roll
excited to
you
work
and
on it.
Rolo
Yeah,
Ramirez.
exactly, exactly. So I'm really, really excited, and also just trying to get more. I got that second job with another TikTok brand, so I'm going to be selling some like hair products and stuff like that.
Okay.
So just trying to
Nice.
like shift my reality to just things that I like to do, which is like, obviously sell good things to people that I believe in, cute stuff. So, and then working on that new music. Yeah, so that's what I got going on. So definitely stay tuned. Also stream Guac, guys. It's made by Jayhawk Productions. He's also an iconic producer. Tipping on my dick, teach me how to
Okay.
Dougie.
Tip in on
All that
my
good stuff.
dick. Tip in on my dick. Classic
Hey.
jerking era shit.
Yes, sir.
Exactly. What about you, Justin?
Me? Okay. I have a couple of things in the works. So, I'm still, I am, like you guys, I'm gonna be still working. If it's not in the TikTok space, I mean, like something within the digital social media space, on the content side. Other than that, I have a couple of things that I'm working on. There is a particular, maybe another like web series, maybe a television show, not sure, that I might be working on relatively soon. Thinking about doing like a food travel show with some cool people. So really the scope of that is we're really just trying to show like more so like underrepresented cultures but through the lens of food. That way it's something can always get behind. It's like if we are exploring very underrepresented cultures, the easiest, most accessible way for someone to really experience and really get on board with that is through the lens of food, right? We all need to eat, we all need to drink, those things that are universal, like human necessity. And I think that it's kind of like the whole thing about uniting people together. I think if we could kind of show that all these cultures aren't so like you know because I think the thing that people think is that like when they think about outside cultures, they think about being like brutish or like barbaric and stuff like that. So I think that if we are to shine a good positive light on that, then people wouldn't have to be feeling so underrepresented, and then also they people wouldn't be so ignorant about different cultures and whatnot. So I think that's a good way to kind of like push cultures forward.
Nice.
Other
What
than
platform is this show that you're developing going to be on?
we haven't quite figured it out yet. Probably, most likely, like YouTube and probably like Instagram, TikTok if it still sticks around,
Yeah.
or whatever the TikTok replacement is going to be. I'm not sure.
And as for me, I am still at Moon Gone and trying to find where that trampoline is going to, where I'm going to bounce and land from there. Who knows what's next? I'm just trying to think positively and plan the future. It's good of probably, for anybody listening, it's as good as a time as any. Probably gonna not be hosting shows going forward at Rendezvous at Slipper Clutch.
Mm.
Shout out to them, but you know, your boy gotta make some phone calls and just know that it's the 10-year anniversary of Palm, so we got to do some type of Palm Sunday
Okay.
this year for sure. So definitely want to get up in that live event space and not only rock the mic but bring the people together. Because it's 2025 needs to be the year of ownership. So
Fair.
nah, man, I really want to hit y'all in the head with this clothing and hit y'all in the head with these events and hit y'all in the head with some content. And it'll be dope. Just bring people together.
Dude, I love that so much because like throughout my life in LA, because I'm from San Diego, I've had maybe two homies that through the parties brought everybody together. My homie Adam, and then Music King did that for a
Music
little
King,
while
yeah.
while he was still chill.
What you know about Music King?
Bitch, what do you mean? I mean,
Bitch.
so
Nigga,
so
what
I'm
you
excited.
mean?
I'm excited, Dylan. I'm excited
Yeah.
for you to bring together the parties and stuff because yeah, it is kind of cool having that one homie that's always throwing parties, putting the artists on, the homies on. And you definitely have that vibe. So I'm excited to see what you're gonna get yourself into. shifting moving forward, because we all need a place to go. We're gonna build 2025. We're gonna be underground, but we're
Definitely.
still gonna be going
And
strong.
let's have a conversation about that as friends, while we're still live, about what would you want to see as far as social gatherings to bring people together. Sometimes I wonder, at these small hip hop shows and these intimate music shows, all of this is dope, and I love meeting the artists and I love watching these performances, and this is a great way to discover new music. However, I like mixers too, where it's just you're just there to talk. You're just there to meet people. I like those as well. So how do we, build a bridge between our art, our food, our music, our culture? How do we do that? What would you guys want to see that manifested in, if that was under the Palm umbrella?
Like you said, I think having a night that's just straight performing, and then having just a mixer, which is just vibing. You invite videographers, models, artists, a little bit of everybody, and then you can mingle and just chop it up. I think that, like, literally you just pretty much you know
Yeah.
call it. I think that's good. Bring everybody together for a dope party, but also kind of a networking event.
Right. And I
Yeah.
think I had seen on your page when we first became friends that you had done a couple shows with Music King and
Yeah, he
Rockstar
was.
Entertainment and all that.
What? Yeah, like before he kind of turned on me, he used to do all female rap shows,
Yeah.
and he was constantly like, I have a couple homies. My other homie Baka, rest in
Rest
peace. Like he
in
was
peace,
all,
Young Baka.
you
Hell
know,
yeah. Come on now, I'm Palm. I know everybody.
so exactly. So, anyways, having a person like that that's just constantly recruiting people. I forget even
Yeah,
what
I
the
went to
question.
Baka's memorial
Yo,
service, but back around 2018, I used to judge these rap competitions he would throw at the airliner.
that's
My friend
so.
Vash Tyretus got me in the door for that opportunity.
Yeah, no,
So yeah,
he was dope. He used to book all these shows for me, and like he was just constantly like, "Yo, you trying to rock? You trying to rock?" And I love that shit, because even if I wasn't, he would still contact me and just put me on game. I love, love, love leaders who just put me on game and who are just in my corner no matter what. And Young Baka. Was absolutely
yeah,
that. His whole team still is DJ Nympho. I swear,
info.
whenever I
Yep.
get married, DJ Nympho is DJing my fucking
Hell
wedding. He
yeah.
is the best
Oh
DJ.
yeah,
I
love
just
that for you.
walked up in here, found out we knew like four of the same people too.
Sometimes
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
it happens like that,
could
bro.
be like that.
Music
Yep.
is small, no?
Yeah, the music scene is small. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to plug? Anybody else you want to thank, or
Uh,
anything else you want to discuss?
I guess I'll give a quick shout out to the homie. He's a small time designer. It's the homeboy. I kind of help him out with some stuff here and there. His name's Elton, and he runs a little brand called Cycle Continues, and he has his own like essentials line called 204 type.
Nice.
Trying to grow more in the fashion scene is kind of also another thing off the top of my mind. I kind of forgot that I was kind of also working on. I think that there's an interesting intersection that could be had there, and yeah, like you said, like it's all about bringing more people together under something that we all commonly, all get along with, whether it's music, fashion, food, all of that. And I think that that's something that we could all like put together and like you said, you want to have a night where you like want to put on like people like I don't know, maybe have like a open mic like MC night, and then like just like if you want to like spit your bars, you get your chance and something like that, and like food networking and all that stuff.
Yeah. Um, I think let's get it's got to be unique in the sense where I had a great conversation with a girl I really want to introduce you guys to, Chloe in particular, Jelani the Babe. Not only do you guys share a birthday, but she's an LA based artist, singer songwriter, beautiful young lady, and I owe her a phone call because we got to pick up the ball because we got to get something dope together. So definitely want to get like some more alternative wave artists. Definitely want to see some a more female centric lineup
Okay.
being curated. So Chloe, and you definitely
Yes.
gonna be put in position for sure.
Yeah, no, I love that so much. I want to shout out my homie Lopra. This is his shirt here. He's that DJ I was talking about. So I also love fashion and my friends who make merch as well. But also just want to shout you guys out. Everybody that was watching tonight, you're all the homies and we fuck with you guys hard. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. We're excited for our next episode too. Always a pleasure, Dylan and
Yeah.
Jessen. You guys, we locked in for show.
And hopefully we'll see you guys back next Sunday. If we do 3 Sundays in a row, I think we're going to be going strong.
I
So
I would like to keep this going strong. I'm actually it's a lot of fun.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
I agree.
I do like it when we're all together though, because it's just fun.
Yeah,
But
I know you.
it is definitely fun. I feel
yeah,
we're gonna have to.
I missed out on the wine and the sardines. I missed out on the wine
And
and
I bought
sardines.
chips,
Yeah, and
but
also
it's okay.
we're gonna have to do a post to see if the viewers want to see us in the same room or remote.
Oh yeah, I like
You
that.
know,
I like
Yeah,
that.
the
no,
Yeah.
downside of being in the
yeah,
same room is that now all three of our different followings get to come through versus like now then when we're in the same room it's like just my following. But then
hmm
you guys can still share the live to your friends
yeah, of course.
and shit like that. But it's we just gotta play by ear.
All right, yeah, whatever
All
works.
right,
Whatever.
hands in the middle, team.
Let's go, guys.
All right, peace, love, palm, sold our souls.
Sold our
All
souls.
right,
All right.
Yes.
all right.